The pill sitting on your nightstand tonight may be doing far more than helping you sleep. It may be quietly accelerating the aging of your brain. And what makes this so dangerous is that these medications are not rare or experimental. They are ordinary prescriptions filled every single day. Millions of adults over 60 take them without hesitation because no one ever warned them about the long-term effects on memory and focus. A massive study published in Neurology tracked older adults for years and discovered something deeply unsettling about high-risk medications. Seniors taking multiple high-risk drugs experience faster cognitive decline and measurable shrinkage in brain regions associated with memory. The process was already happening while they felt perfectly normal. Tonight, we are breaking down the medications doctors are increasingly questioning. We'll look at the hidden mechanisms damaging the brain and the exact warning signs most families miss until it's too late. Stay until the end because medication number 7 is taken by millions of people who believe it is completely harmless. Have you noticed yourself forgetting names or walking into rooms and forgetting why you're there? Comment "Notice changes" below if that sounds familiar. The first medication is one almost every household has: diphenhydramine, better known as Benadryl, Tylenol PM, or Unisom. Most think it's harmless because it's over the counter, but these belong to a class of drugs called anticholinergics. These drugs block acetylcholine, one of the brain's most important chemicals for memory and communication between nerve cells. After age 60, your brain naturally produces less acetylcholine. Adding a medication that blocks even more slows your memory processing dramatically. One expert says taking these after 65 is like driving a car with the parking brake engaged. You move, but everything strains harder. Researchers at the University of Washington found long-term use was associated with a significantly higher dementia risk. The decline begins subtly: misplacing keys, forgetting appointments, or losing your train of thought mid-conversation. It's easy to dismiss these lapses as normal aging until the damage becomes impossible to ignore. If you rely on sleep aids, speak with your doctor about safer alternatives like melatonin, magnesium, or non-drug sleep strategies. The second category is benzodiazepines: Xanax, Ativan, Valium, and Klonopin, common for anxiety and sleep. These drugs slow activity across the central nervous system. That calming effect feels comforting initially, but over time, the brain adapts by becoming less responsive naturally, leading to worsening concentration and reaction times. Many users slowly notice memory gaps that become more frequent every year, often without realizing the medication is the cause. A study in the British Medical Journal found prolonged benzodiazepine use was associated with dramatically increased Alzheimer's risk. Some neurologists now compare chronic use of these drugs to keeping the brain in a constant mild sedation state. Families often notice personality changes first. Someone sharp becomes quieter, slower, and emotionally flat. They might repeat questions or forget recent conversations, even while remembering events from decades ago perfectly. And the frightening part? Many people never suspect the medication because the decline happens so gradually. A retired teacher named Linda began taking Ativan, which helped her sleep but eventually clouded her memory. After tapering off with her doctor's help, her family described the change as getting pieces of her back. The third medication shocks people because it's prescribed constantly for bladder issues: oxybutynin, sold as Ditropan. It is one of the strongest anticholinergics prescribed today. Unlike some drugs, it crosses into the brain very easily. Imaging studies show reduced metabolic activity in memory and attention areas. Parts of the brain begin functioning less efficiently. Imagine trying to remember a phone number while someone continuously interrupts you. That's what these medications can do to memory signaling pathways over time. Many seniors aren't taking one risky medication. They're taking 4 or 5. The anticholinergic cognitive burden scale measures this total stress on the brain. Reviewing all your meds is vital. Medication number 4 is Zolpidem, or Ambien. Millions take it for sleep, but scientists warn that unconsciousness is not the same thing as restorative sleep. Your brain performs critical maintenance during deep sleep, clearing waste and repairing connections. Ambien can interfere with the slow-wave sleep needed to clear proteins associated with Alzheimer's. Long-term users often report strange memory events, forgotten conversations, sleep eating, or even driving while sedated. The risks became impossible for the FDA to ignore. Now let's look at medication number 5, statins like Lipitor and Crestor. While life-saving for many, a subset of users experience cognitive side effects the FDA has acknowledged. The brain contains 25% of the body's total cholesterol, which helps maintain synapses and nerve insulation. For some, lowering cholesterol can feel like thinking through mud. If you noticed changes after starting a cholesterol medication, speak with your physician. Adjusting the dose or switching statins can make a major difference. Medication number 6 is hiding in plain sight. Tricyclic antidepressants like amitriptyline and nortriptyline. They're prescribed for depression, migraines, and nerve pain. These carry some of the highest anticholinergic activity in modern medicine. For older adults, the cognitive effects can be profound. Many users describe feeling detached mentally, slower recall, trouble focusing, and feeling mentally cloudy throughout the day. One specialist said the goal isn't just helping patients survive longer, it's preserving the quality of the mind they survive with. That sentence stayed with me, because for many, memory is identity. It's independence, recognizing grandchildren, and keeping dignity intact. And now we reach medication number 7, metformin. While not directly linked to dementia, long-term use can silently deplete vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is essential for nerve protection and brain signaling. Interference with absorption happens so gradually that people never notice. The symptoms mimic early dementia perfectly: brain fog, fatigue, forgetfulness, and tingling in the hands and feet. 70-year-old Robert feared Alzheimer's, but blood tests revealed severe B12 depletion. With supplementation, his symptoms improved dramatically within months. Sometimes the brain is not degenerating, sometimes it is starving, and that distinction changes everything. Impairment is often partially reversible. So here is your action plan. First, write down every medication you take. Second, look up each medication's anticholinergic burden score online. Third, schedule a medication review focusing on cognitive risk. Fourth, if you take metformin long-term, ask for a B12 blood test. Finally, pay attention to patterns. If mental fog began after a new medication, trust yourself enough to investigate that possibility. Protecting your brain matters. Next week, we are exposing everyday breakfast foods linked to accelerated brain aging, including one food millions eat daily, believing it is healthy. I'm Dr. Mitchell, and remember, growing older does not automatically mean losing yourself. Asking better questions is the first step. See you next week. Not professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before changing medications or supplements.